there's a contract. When you go to the theatre, people buy tickets to see your show, but they're buying into a deal. And you can pretty much do anything you want. You paid your money, you're taking a risk on art, you're contracting to take this time with us, and you're going to give us your intention, and we're going to do whatever we think's worthy to take you on our artistic journey. When you do a show in the outdoors, your audience hasn't necessarily entered into that contract. You don't have the right to just do whatever you want. If you're going to interrupt the day, then you have a responsibility to engage that audience, I think. And so you have to go about the work in a very, very different way. You have to compose it in a way that goes, I'm not just going to do whatever I want, and if you don't understand it, well, too bad for you. I'm going to do everything within my craft skill to make sure that the work I create has the integrity that I believe in, but you have every opportunity to engage in it. Whether that's through the performers will be just so fantastic and so physically wonderful in what they do, you'll just love it anyway, even if you don't get it. Or there's enough steps in it and you fully understand it and you're with the content and you love it. Or it's just the whole occasion is so engaging that you want to go with it. And anywhere on that spectrum is good for me. You know, there's a responsibility. And there's a responsibility with content. It was really interesting when I made one show. I wanted to make a show in response to the 7/7 bombing in London. And, you know, the promoter at the time who was commissioning me went, well, you can't do that. And he and I discussed this notion of contract. He said, what happens if we put that outside in central London and a couple of survivors come along and they go through that trauma again? Is that the right thing to do? Do you have the right to do that? And you suddenly go, well, in the theatre, yeah, absolutely. But actually, do I have the right to do that in the street? So I have to think about, okay, so I'm not going to shy away from the content, but I'm going to compose the content in such a way that it's there to be engaged with if you want, but you can also look at the show in a whole different level and just enjoy it for what it is, its occasion and its physicality. And so those two strands come together and there's a real complex web, and I go about making the outdoor shows very differently. And the final point to say about that is, what I have learned from working outdoors is the performers are stripped of their theatre armour, being miles away, performing in their strange abstract world of dance under lights where you can't see anyone. They can see everybody's reaction to everything they do. And so they have to go back to the beginning of craft skills, of commedia dell'arte and of just how to work an audience when you don't have the lights and the focus. How do you hold their attention? And I really like bringing those skills and that thing back in. So actually, what's been happening is the outdoor work has been really influencing my indoor work. So far be it from me trying to hold on to that. I've worked outdoors and it's changing everything I do indoors. And it's really interesting, like indoors with a lovely soft focus and, you know, just that beautiful bit of light. You can do something that can go on for like 15 minutes. And, you know, and it's like outdoors, it's like 2 minutes and you can see everybody's eyes rolling back. No, can't, time to move on. So yeah, tend to work faster and shorter now.